Disclaimer. This is a work of satirical fiction. Any resemblance to real places or situations is purely coincidental and exaggerated for comedic effect. The story intentionally contains factual inaccuracies and absurdities as part of its artistic expression.
Jeff and Apples walk the street, talking about the sky so neat. Weather, weapons causing storms, globalists with secret forms. Jeff and Apples, what a pair, whisper plots while breathing air. Apocalypse is on its way, but they still find time to play. But they still find time to play. But they still find time to play.
How you doing there, Apples? Oh, pretty good. Out here with Welcomes. Got a big party going on today. Getting ready for that. Checking out what's going on out here. Sniffing the ground. Checking for stuff, you know. Jews. All that kind of stuff. But let's get at it. Ah, Apples. So antiseptic. Anyway, it's my son's 3rd birthday party today. He's a big fan of Paw Patrol. Got his bouncy castle. There's gonna be lots of kids, lots of tacos. Yeah, everyone will be showing up soon. And lots going on. Oh man, so much. I got a lot to talk about in this video. It's only been 2 days since I last recorded the last video. I'm trying to keep up. I don't know. Like Max Egan's been kind of gone for a while. I can't really say why, but he's okay. Don't worry. I think. You never know with Max, actually. Gets kind of down sometimes, but last I heard he was okay. Just dealing with some stuff with a friend. But he hasn't really done like a video in, I don't know, probably close to 2 weeks. I don't know how he's going to get caught up. Although he has said, and I appreciate it, he says, you know, Jeff's putting out lots of videos, and I am. It's good. I'm on the Tesla all the time. Max didn't take his Tesla machine with him on this trip. So he's probably like super low energy. I can go forever, basically. What do you think, Apples? You going to come with us today? Yeah, probably not. Bucko's probably will. He's pretty tough. Apples might come. We'll see what happens. Anyway. For those of you on YouTube, we had an intro video that you can't see. You can't see a lot of stuff in this video, by the way. So if you're watching it and you're like, what's he talking about? He's referring to something. Yeah, well, you're on YouTube. You're like a second-rate citizen. It's like you live in the ghetto or something. It's like, just can't afford to get the real videos at vigilante.tv in the best quality. Although I should say, YouTube just said they're doing all subtitles for all of our videos now, which is interesting. So if you know anyone who speaks Spanish or anything, or any other language, I think, you can send them our videos on YouTube and they'll get the subtitles. Anyway, the intro video was about the illusion of choice, which is, of course, something I've been talking about since I've been talking publicly, which has been about 15 years now. About how the whole system is an illusion, it's a scam, it's a fraud, it's a slavery system. And most people, especially like 10 years ago, all thought I was crazy. You're crazy. We're so lucky we live in a Demoncracy, Jeff. Okay. How much money did they steal from you last year? About half, yeah. And you know, they threw him in a cage for a while. Okay. Well, if you like it, go ahead. Keep enjoying it. But it's becoming more and more and more obvious now to more people because it's all actually starting to crumble now. We're at the end of it. This is going to be so awesome. Like I see some people, they're like, Jeff's such a black pillar. It's like, all I talk about is this is awesome. It's going to be awesome. There's never anything to worry about ever. You are all that ever is and ever has been. Time doesn't even exist. But most people won't hear that. They'll just go, he says, this is going to happen and that sounds bad to me. It's going to cause me problems in my life. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm telling you so you can arrange your life better. But hardly anyone ever gets any of this. I don't know why I do it. I basically walk by myself. Some people see it. Most people don't get any of the stuff I'm talking about. Some do, though. Some do. Anyway, talk about the illusion of choice. So I've been talking about the whole system itself is, it's a slavery system, and everything they do, and I think people have fallen even for the Demoncracy, and they think, well, at least we can vote and stuff. That's all the show. That's what I've been saying for a long time. But it's become more and more and more obvious now. But even myself have changed. I didn't think it was this deep and this dark. I've only really discovered this in the last couple of years, how deep this is. This is like a deep, this is like a non-human entity that is trying to destroy every human in this 3D video game, basically, in this matrix. And they live off of your fear, your poverty, your sadness, your depression. And they've got most people enslaved through all these systems. Man, I think everyone's having parties here. I don't know if you can hear them. There's like a whole party going up at this house, which is brand new. Anyway, it's Mexico. Looks like I lost the dogs anyway. But yeah, I've only realized, actually I realize it more and more every week. Like every week I'm like, this is even deeper than I thought. Like, are any of these people even real? And at the very least, they're not anything like what they say they are. Like more and more, like when I see pedophile Pete or Donald Trump or Benjamin Milkowski or any of these people, this is basically how I see it. Most everything you see on the screen, especially the television programming and the social media and all that, that is put out by the mainstream media type things, you have to wonder how much of it is even real at all. And actually, now that I've meditated so much for years, I know that none of this is real, including you, including me, including this video, including everything. It's not real. And I know a lot of people can't see that. I'll actually mention that near the end of this video why you can't, by the way. Because you haven't done the work. You're still in the matrix if you can't see all this. That's okay. Everyone has their own exact time they're supposed to wake up in their own true man show. But it's becoming more and more obvious, all of their stuff. Of course, you got Donald Trump, who's a reality TV show actor. He's on the Hollyweird Walk of Fame. He's in the World Wrestling Federation Hall of Fame. He's the president now. And so many of these people are actors, like almost all of them. Like they don't even have to be, but for some reason, that's just how they do it. They seem to raise these people up as like actors and then put them into all these positions. And I haven't talked about the Charlie Kirk stuff in a while because that's basically case closed. It's not what they said it was at all. Zero. But there's still stuff coming out about it that makes you go, as they say. Like this. This was like at their first press conference for the Charlie Kirk stuff. And people are just starting to realize now that the sheriff guy who's there was also the star in a reality TV show.
I'm saying all of the optics. The trial, the investigation, the law enforcement officers, the podium, the press conferences. So she starts telling me that the cast, the sheriff from 60 Minutes A&E show, 60 Days In, the cast, the sheriff, that's the same gosh damn sheriff right there. What in the hell is this? Like, is it that fake and gay where there's not actually a real law enforcement doing the investigation, kind of just gets passed off? So the real cops on duty just go, oh yeah, it's outside of our office. They put it over to a special unit and that special unit's doing the investigation. And the normal cops just go about their day. They keep their head down. Well, I'm not part of that investigation. I don't know what's going on. And really that investigation, it's all fake. It's just fake cops, fake actors. The governor wants to hold a press conference, so they hit up fucking their boys in the intelligence agency, like, hey, we need a sheriff. Yeah, send an actor down there. And he literally plays a role. So he's used to acting and playing that part because he's playing the role here. Is this what level of fake and gay we are talking about? I wouldn't put it past it.
Now that show apparently was a reality TV show that followed some cops around, but that guy was in it as like the lead character. And then what are the odds? Just with all this stuff, what are the odds? Because that's all we see. Who tried to kill Donald Trump the first time? Oh, it was a kid who was in a BlackRock commercial. Well, no, it wasn't, but that's what they said. And then the second guy was also in a BlackRock commercial, and they're all actors, all these people. It just goes to show, like, you just see it more and more. So that guy's like a TV star in a reality TV show. I know you might be thinking, yeah, but Jeff, you were in an HBO special. Listen, there was some people who recorded stuff in Anarchapulco. And then when I think basically the CIA shot John Galt, I've actually just put this together in the last few months. I didn't realize. I was drinking like crazy back then. I think they were trying to destroy Anarchapulco, so they killed a guy and said, you know, it was an Anarchapulco guy, even though he actually kind of hated Anarchapulco. And after that happened, and then Nathan Freeman ran the show for a couple of years, drank himself to death, it looked like. And then there was a guy who said he was going to kill John Galton, who also could have been a mind-controlled CIA/Department of Defense type MK monarch sort of guy. Definitely seemed like it. He killed himself. So they had all this tape, and they had a show all of a sudden, and HBO was interested in it. So I had nothing to do with it. I didn't receive 1 penny from the thing. Not that I want to or care. So it's not like I'm like a reality TV show actor myself, although, like, I guess I kind of was once. So that's the thing, you have to, you know, use your own discernment. But I can tell you personally, that has nothing to do with anything. But it's interesting, all these people that are doing all these things they're all actors, basically. And how much do you want to guess, too, that sheriff guy is a Freemason? Because most cops are. Oh, and I mentioned in my last video about the World Series. And I watched, you know, Game 6 and Game 7, which I sometimes will do, because it's kind of interesting. Even soccer, like I can't, if you told me I had to go to a soccer game and sit there for 3 hours, or however long it is, hour and a half or whatever, I'd do anything I could to get out of it. But if it's the World Cup, I might watch like the final 20 minutes or something, right? Because that's what all the drama is. But I know it's all bread and circuses and all that kind of stuff. I do watch hockey because hockey's awesome. But, and I'm also, like my entire life I grew up around that stuff. But I talk about the baseball. And one thing I didn't mention, by the way, is baseball is all designed by the Freemasons. You could call it Base-Baal. Baseball is an occult Masonic ritual where even most of the players aren't aware of their actual role in the ritual itself, nor does the unaware audience of the masses watching the game. The field is all about Masonic geometry that's based on the principle of 6 that represents the ego. And the game is entirely based upon the number 3 that represents the satanic trinity of Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. You can see the field definitely looks like the Masonic logo. It's also interesting that the bat is 33 ounces and 33 inches long. That's interesting. The baseball is also 108 stitches, which is actually a pretty important number in Freemasonry. It's usually the amount of checkerboards on the floor that they have in all their temples. So anyway, I thought I should just mention that. It's not like if you watch baseball, you're like evil or anything, but you should be aware of that. But almost every game is. Chess, for example, that's the Masonic checkerboard. You got your kings and queens. And look at the kings and queens and stuff today, right? Like, who's the king? King Sausage Fingers, the pedophile? who's the bishop or the rook? Is that Prince Andrew the pedophile? If so, I hope they get captured immediately and lose the game. But they're on both sides with the black and the white. And it's not like, you know, chess is evil because of that. You even have poker. What does poker have? Kings, queens. And those are two things I kind of enjoy. But it's not because I'm a Mason. But I am aware that that's where a lot of that stuff came from. And not all of it's necessarily evil or bad. But you should be aware of who's designed most of this world that we live in, that most of the things that we do. Baseball, chess. You look at games like football, and that's all war stuff, the long bomb, all that kind of stuff, getting people into war and stuff like that. But anyway, I did talk about baseball, and I mentioned that I watched the Canadian broadcast, and the entire thing, and I mean the entire thing, it was like nonstop. This inning brought to you by Ozempic. And I was like, Ozempic? That's still around, and they're actually still marketing it to like all the people watching that show, and they don't know what it is yet? Like, it is unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable. It turns you kind of like into a zombie. Your teeth fall out, and you lose all your muscle. It's like the opposite of anything anyone would ever want.
The $2 billion lawsuit for Ozempic just hit. And what's coming out is truly horrifying. Muscle wasting. And we're not talking a little, we're talking 20 years of muscle lost in only 1 year of taking this. Doctors say losing this much muscle contributes to you aging faster, losing strength in your heart, destroys your metabolism. It gets scarier though. Plaintiffs developed gastroparesis, which means stomach paralysis. Food just sits in their stomach, just rotting. Imagine being so backed up you vomit for days. You end up in the ER. They have to shove a tube down your nose just to empty out your stomach. And for some of the plaintiffs, they have said their whole gastrointestinal tract cannot function anymore, can't even move. That's not bad enough. Patients are reporting losing their teeth because this medication will dry out all of the mucous membranes. And what happens is if you're not having healthy saliva, it affects your teeth so quickly. Nightmare doesn't stop there. There are cases of sudden permanent blindness, according to the documents. Waking up one day with no vision, no way to bring it back ever. Yeah, and pancreatitis and kidney failure. So $2 billion for this lawsuit is just the beginning, according to the lawyers. Ask yourself, is the shot worth losing your strength, your independence, your smile, possibly even life-altering consequences?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was still a thing, but apparently it is, like big time. They must have spent like $1 billion marketing that during the World Series in Canada. And the very next day, like 2 days later, I saw Trump was having like a giant, basically a commercial, just like he did with like Tesla.
Hello, President Trump. Are you looking to buy or lease today?
Well, I'm going to buy. And I'm going to buy because, number one, it's a great product, as good as it gets. And number two, because this man has devoted his energy and his life to doing this. And I think he's been treated very unfairly by a very small group of people. And I just want people to know that you can't be penalized for being a patriot. And he's a great patriot.
Like, this is all the new capitalism now. It's all fascist government stuff, and the government actually does the ads. Like, for example, the last 5 years, the governments all over the world pushed a poison that kills and destroys a lot of people called a vaccine by things like Pfizer and all that. And every government in the world was like running ads for it. Every mainstream media was running 24 hours a day for years, ads for these products that kill you. And that's what Ozempic does as well. It's amazing. So then I see Trump's doing like basically like another ad, like a big ad for Ozempic. And this is interesting because they have Dr. Oz, okay, another actor, right? He's now in the government. And they're all talking about how they're going to like make Ozempic free.
People can sleep again because they can breathe as when they go to bed. Folks whose knees don't hurt. People who don't have heart attacks, renal failure, dementia, all the things we know are associated with obesity and much more.
So there, Dr. Oz is like, oh, this cures so many things. Like, for example, so many people have trouble sleeping. And the hilarious part is, Trump's behind him actually sleeping at his desk, and he's like massively obese.
People can sleep again because they can breathe as when they go to bed.
But this gets much, much crazier. Like, this gets crazier and crazier. As an example, next comes up to the mic the Make America Healthy Again guy that everyone was all excited about, who's now pushing through all the AI lethal injections. He's trying to tell everyone they need a mumps lethal injection. He's done like the opposite of like what most people thought he was going to do. But he comes from one of the biggest political families in the U.S. What do you think? You don't think he's on the inside? Of course he is. Of course he is. He definitely, after they shot JFK, if that was even real, I don't believe anything anymore. Then if he ever had any doubts, and then they killed, like, I think his brother or something, Bobby Kennedy or something. So RFK is not stepping out of line. And he's also vaccine damaged, which is interesting. That's why he says his voice is like that. It's from a flu vaccine. You can't make this stuff up. And now he's like the Make America Healthy guy again. And all these people are like, yes, someone's going to make us healthy again. It's like, you know, only you can do that, right? But they don't get it. They're under mind control. They're like, we need someone. We have to go into a closet and tick a box for a red elephant or a blue donkey. And then sometimes we'll get something we want. Like, okay. But then RFK Jr. comes up and starts talking about Ozempic. And when I saw this, I was like, well, this should be interesting. I could have sworn before he got into the government again, he was saying Ozempic was like horrible for you.
A clip that Tucker Carlson just posted on his Twitter feed. Oh, I think it's the second one down from the top of his Twitter feed, and I urge you all to look at it. And it's a clip, it's an interview that he did with a former pharmaceutical company executive about Ozempic. And it's really revealing. It's an extraordinary piece of television, and it's a really wonderful expose on this product. One of the things that he said is it's a product that is illegal for weight loss in Europe. It's made by the biggest pharmaceutical company in Europe, Novo Nordisk. And they say in their materials, we're going to get all of this money from, this is going to be the biggest medical product ever made. And 100% of the money is going to come from the United States of America. Because we have the greatest obesity issue in the world. We have the greatest diabetes affliction, and we're the only ones that will allow it. And the impacts of this drug are just terrible. It paralyzes the stomach. It stops a lot of the serotonin that we produce happens in the stomach, part of the microbiome, and it destroys our capacity to produce serotonin. And it has on its label now, I think, black box warnings about suicidal ideation, and that, and then it works while you use it for a lot of people, but it causes severe gastrointestinal problems. And the moment you stop using it, you regain all the weight. And meanwhile, your stomach's been paralyzed, and a lot of those impacts last, apparently, according to what they said on the program, after the use of the drug is terminated.
Yeah, he did say all that. He's like, it destroys your stomach, stops you from producing serotonin, your teeth fall out, it kills you, you lose all your muscle. So when he stepped up to the podium, I was like, well, okay, let's see what he's got to say. Maybe all those people were right. Maybe I don't have another Atotiso. Let's watch.
Everybody will be able to get this drug, and it's going to change. We will lose, the American public, because of this agreement, will lose 125 million pounds by this time next year. Well, it is going to have dramatic effects on human health in this country.
I told us so.
I told you so.
So if that wasn't crazy enough, all this other stuff, it actually gets way crazier. I love this 3D video game so much. It's so awesome. So the actual managing director of Novo Nordisk, which is the company that produces Ozempic, they're having the press conference, and all of a sudden, he basically keels over and falls to the floor.
Are you okay? Gordon, you okay? Yeah.
I love this 3D video game so much. That is so perfect. The Ozempic guy keels over as they're trying to say they're going to give Ozempic for free to everybody to kill them all. This is like the next level of the vaccine stuff. And as they do it, the guy keels over.
Sudden karma.
But it gets even crazier. Did you notice RFK Jr.? So the guy falls over. Dr. Oz goes over to see if he can help him somehow and make it so he doesn't smash his face on the ground or something. Watch RFK Jr. He just hightails it out of there looking scared. What's going on? I love this video game so much. This is the best. I'm giving it 5 stars. As soon as I'm done, 5 stars. You can't make this stuff up. It is so awesome. And what they were saying, by the way, is they're going to give like Ozempic away for free to everybody or something. Like basically something like that. It was something crazy like that. So basically people have stopped taking the lethal injections. The lethal injections weren't as effective as they thought at doing the genocide. Because you might remember they were supposed to keep them like really frozen and stuff, but they kind of screwed it up. Kilgate's, you know, he does a lot, but he really screwed that one up. And they keep trying to tell people there's another COVIDs and stuff, but it's not really working as much anymore. So now they're like, well, you're all fat now, right? And everyone's like, yes. Because they're all just eating seed oils and all kinds of just horrible stuff. Their food basically isn't even food, most people. So they're all like massively obese. So now the government's like, hey, we're going to give you a weight loss drug. Makes your teeth fall out, you turn into a zombie, and you have no muscle. You can barely even move afterwards. And then as they're doing it, the guy keels over, and RFK Jr. just bolts out of there and hasn't said anything about it since. Oh, this is the fun part of the apocalypse. This is like where it all falls apart for them. And it just gets funnier and funnier. So you have Trump there, who's morbidly obese and falling asleep during the press conference, just like pedo Pete. You have Dr. Oz, the actor. And then you have RFK Jr., the Maha guy. And they're all like, yeah, you got to take this. Even though RFK Jr. said before, it's horrible. So does anyone need any more proof on RFK Jr.? Now, I know what you're probably going to say. It's like, well, they're threatening him and stuff. It's like, well, yeah, that comes with, you know, you don't think I get threats? You know, half the people I know are dead or in jail. I'm only around because they tried to hit me with a Cat 5, Cat 3 2 times, 7.2 earthquake. But we are connected. They can't touch us. So yeah, you're supposed to not care about the threats. You're supposed to, and that's what everyone said, right? All these guys, whoa, they're all billionaires. You know, they're giving out, like Trump doesn't even take a paycheck. He's making billions on all these tweets he's doing. So's his son. And so's all the G guys right beside him. But a lot of people are like, well, these guys, they don't need money. RFK Jr., his family's like all billionaires. Trump's a billionaire. So they're doing it to save America. Remember that? And I was like, no, that's not what's happening. They're all basically actors and just doing their job. And people are like, well, they're going to stand up to like the big pharma and the Jews and all this kind of stuff. They're surrounded by Jews. RFK Jr., his best friends, Rabbi Shmuley. They keep hanging out with Bill Gates, Albert Bourla, keep having like parties. So do you get it yet? Do you get it yet? None of these people are trying to save you. They're actually all trying to kill you. That's what Ozempic, they're giving it away now. Just like they gave away the lethal injection. When does the government or Big Pharma give away anything? Never. Zero.
Zero.
Except when they're trying to kill you. And that's what they're trying to do again. I don't know how many people are going to fall for it, but probably a lot. And the craziest thing is, they keep talking about they're going to put like $500 billion into AI lethal injection vaccine centers and give away Ozempic. You know, these are all to kill everyone on Earth or control them via the nanotech and all that kind of stuff, or both. But there's actually a technology that exists that no one talks about. Nobody, only me. I'm like the only person on Earth. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Talk about how plasma's back. We have plasma again. And it cures basically everything. Heals everything, de-ages you. And everyone's like, well, maybe I'll take Ozempic. Like, what are you doing? Plasma is right there. But no one even knows about it. Oh, we got the little girls at the party here again. Hola. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas. Okay, adios. Oh, Mexico's so dangerous, just like they tell you about on the news, isn't it? They're trying to kill the gringos. Oh, you believe that stuff, Dave? Ooh, you gotta turn off that television programming. It's a whole different world out here. Mexico's so dangerous, so dangerous. Yeah, Jeff, go to Juarez. I've been to Juarez, it's nice. Got a good dentist there. Anyway, I'm having too much. I can't believe any of this stuff. This has to be my own Truman show. Well, I already believe that's what it is. But like really, really mine that I know all this stuff. I'm telling people stuff. No one ever knows what I'm saying. I'm telling everyone about plasma. Hardly anyone. Although I have to say about 1,000 people have joined the Tesla Club. And man, like every day, there's like big posts in there about, I just cured this, just cured cancer, just healed my Achilles tendon in world record time, which we've actually looked into, and it looks like that is a world record. That kid, under 5 months, not only healed his Achilles tendon, he was back basically playing again a month or two later, and he won the championship less than 5 months after he ruptured his Achilles tendon. Just wait until the sports teams find out about this stuff. It's gonna be incredible. But there's all kinds of stuff like that people are just finding out about it. Some people are just getting theirs. Like Jim. I put together a machine, which takes about 5 minutes, by the way. Basically just connect a few cables and tested it on myself and my family. My wife had some back problems and the pain has moved from 6 out of 10 to 2 out of 10. My son felt a lot of plasma and animation around his heart. He has what I believe to be mast cell activation, which halted his college running career, which I'll bet if he wants to get back into, if he's still in college, he can. And he said, I did it on myself. I feel more mental clarity and my congestion is gone. So that's a guy who's had it for like a day. He's already healed and cured so many things in his family. And here's Steven, who's also new, so he doesn't know. So many people in the club use it with their dogs. That's so incredible. But he posted, has anyone used the Tesla on their pet? My dog started puking, explosive diarrhea, and won't eat. The vet said he's got liver disease. We put the Tesla on him for 5 minutes a day for a week so far, and now he's back to normal. Yeah, we have about 30 to 50 dogs, and so almost every week one of them has a problem. Sick with something, or got hurt with something. almost every single time, healed within a day. Like when I said the other video, that if all I had was a car, and I didn't have a Tesla machine, and I didn't need the car to survive, I would, without a doubt, sell my car and get a Tesla machine. Become a member of the Tesla Club. The actual, like even when I was watching my kid going down this hill without the helmet the first time, I feel so much better just knowing I've got the Tesla machine right in the house. So if he falls and he's all bleeding and stuff, it actually stops the bleeding almost immediately and starts healing it almost immediately. It's like miraculous. It's incredible. No one's talking, zero. Nobody, no one's talking about it. I'm the only one. Max mentioned a few times. He's like, yeah, I cured a guy with Bell's palsy. I cured a girl with myocarditis. I cured a guy with a massive surfing trauma wound. He should have been out for like a month or two. He was back surfing the next day. And he was like, not bad. Because that's Max. And now he does like one video a month or something. I don't know. And he doesn't mention it. So I'm basically the only person who ever mentions it. I can't believe it. Anyway, you might want to check it out if you haven't. Tesla.club. Anyway, I still got a bunch of stuff to talk about. And the party's getting started here. Everyone's starting to show up. But I mentioned in my last video, Dick Cheney's gone now, which is great. And so many of them have been going. And this is what Christoph Melchizedek said was going to happen. And it's happening. Everything's awesome. I'm having the best time. I don't know why. If you're not having the best time, I don't know what you're doing. Now, of course, you can have bad times in life. And of course, you know, if I had a tragedy happen in my life, I wouldn't be this happy. But pretty quickly, I would. I would just know, well, that's for a reason. That's for me to learn about grief or whatever. But those really happen to me because I'm so connected. Like, I am so blessed. Like, I have plasma. I keep trying to tell everyone, and like a couple of Jew guys are like, start up websites. They're like, it's a scam. Like, have you ever had one? You ever looked at it? No, it's just a scam. Okay, Jew guys. Well, you know, people from your little cult there have a pretty good reputation for the truth. But I'm the only one talking about it. I still can't get over it. It was the same when I talked about Bitcoin. In 2011, $3. I was telling everyone, this thing's going to be huge. It could be huge. Get some. Nothing. Zero. Hardly anyone. There was a couple Dollar Vigilante subscribers that bought some, and now they're billionaires. And have they ever tipped me or anything? No. Which I don't expect. But, you know, you would think they might want to. I would. If someone told me something that made me $1 billion, I'd go, hey, here's 10 mil. Enjoy yourself this weekend. I'd be like, that's so awesome. Thank you. I can finish my ranch. Anyway, don't expect it to happen. But if it does, that's actually karma too, by the way. But anyway, it's also giving your energy back to things that you got. Anyway, most people don't understand how this stuff works. I still got a lot to talk about. As I mentioned, Dick Cheney is gone. And that guy was like one of the most evil people in the world. So that's pretty good news. And then a commie guy is now the mayor of New York, which I was confused about. Because I thought he was the mayor months ago. But I guess it was all primaries and stuff. They have like primaries. Like, I'll tell you, I don't know who the mayor of Acapulco is. I've been here for 15 years. I don't know who it was before. I don't know any of them ever. Never heard their name, never cared. No one cares. And they don't do anything, which is great. Perfect. But in New York, it's like months of like primaries and billions of dollars of ads. And so he's in, Cheney's out. And then on the same day, a DHL Boeing, I think, I'm not sure it's a Boeing, but it probably was. It's usually Boeings. Crashed that day, which you might think, well, those are three totally separate incidents. But
the 9/11 ritual continues. Let's get into it. Now, a multitude of things happened over the past couple days, starting with the death of the former Vice President Dick Cheney, who died on November 3rd, who was Vice President at the time of 9/11. Then we have the first Muslim mayor of New York City, Mandani, winning the election. Then we have a plane crash, which was a UPS carrier that went down in Louisville, in which was flight 2976. Now, can anybody tell me how many victims, excluding the hijackers, died in 9/11? Yeah, 2976. Same number. Now, that was on the FBI website, but if you go to Wikipedia, it actually says 2977. If you add Dick Cheney's death, he's that last person. Now, where did this plane crash? At the Muhammad Ali International Airport. Now, who did they say that was one of the hijackers responsible for 9/11? Khalid Muhammad. Coincidence? Let's keep going. Now, in that plane crash, the Louisville mayor stated that there was 9 people that got killed and 11 others injured. What? And this thing just keeps going because the type of plane it was decommissioned from the passenger service on October 26, 2014, in which from the time it went down, 9 days, 11 years. Now, going back to Mandani, he was born October 18th, 1991. From that time to when Trump got inaugurated in office this year, it was 33 years, 3 months, and 3 days. You mean to tell me that the tower stood 33 years before they fell? And let's not forget that Trump is from New York. Not to mention that UPS plane only reached 175 feet before crashing, right? You guys, that's the same flight number as the second plane in 9/11. How? And the cherry on top, they said that second plane had a 33% load factor. Got it. If you guys don't think that we live in a matrix by now, I can't help you.
Yeah, in case you didn't notice, this is like a 3D video game. So, yeah. But only some people have eyes to see and ears to hear. And the rest of the people don't notice anything. Anything. They don't even know plasma exists. They're just sitting there and they're just getting destroyed by the government. It's like, you don't have to do that. You can just use Pirate Chain, get plasma. Start a business around plasma. No one's even done that yet. Go sell it to some sports teams. What are you doing? No one, I don't get it. Like, anyone watching this video, you want to make $5 million? Look into the Tesla machine, find out how it works, even get one if you can. But if you don't have any money and you want to make $5 million, find a way to, like, you can go see it, go learn about it somewhere. There's one everywhere in the world now. And if you're smart, you'll figure your way, you'll find your way to it. Then just start making some calls to some sports teams. It's like, hey, I've got a plasma machine that'll cure your guy who just broke his Achilles in like record-setting time. And you can just mention, this kid did it, 4 months, he's back. And they might think you're crazy or whatever, but you can even, at that point, if it's like, I don't know, the New York Giants or something. I don't want to go to New York. Actually, I don't want to go anywhere in the US, but let's say it's Manchester United or something. Actually, no, let's make it Real Madrid because I like Spain. I don't really like the UK that much. Although it's not too bad outside of London. Anyway, if it's Real Madrid or something, you can just message me somehow. If you are smart, you'll find a way. Just go to dollarvigilante.com, contact us for them, and just say, I've gotten through to Real Madrid. And they want to have a meeting and see what the Tesla machine's all about. And it's like, okay, I'll go. And we'll charge them like 10 million or something. You keep 50%, I keep 50%. You know, so like I've been talking about this for a year. How has no one thought about any of this stuff? Am I the only one who thinks of these things? I don't know what's going on. I think I'm just alone. I'll bet all those views on BitChute and stuff, and even the comments, it's all AI. I bet you there's actually no one watching these videos. Because that's kind of how it appears to me. Except for when people show up at Anarchapulco. Then I'm like, oh, they're real. They're like, yeah, we watch your videos all the time. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, there's a couple. But not many. Anyway, so the Mandani guy got in. And first of all, I see this video right before, I guess, the selection. Oh man, whole room full of guys with zero testosterone, all singing, get out and vote, get out and vote. That's the exact same. They almost look the exact same. Remember that male choir that sang like, go get your shot, go get your shot.
Vaccinate, get rid of COVID. Vaccinate, vaccinate, get rid of COVID. Shut the arm, doesn't hurt at all. Gotta make time to go. Gotta make time to go.
Gotta love Demoncracy. They're all these like low testosterone fags, basically. They're all like, get your shot, go vote. It's like, oh, you can't make this stuff up. But apparently a lot of them did, although I don't believe anything from any selection. I think it's all preordained. None of this stuff's real. But what I did say, so the Mandani guy won, and he's supposedly like a Muslim or something. And I saw so many of these Jew bot posters posting, you see, the Jews don't control everything. They don't control New York City. Mandani's like a Muslim, and now he's the mayor. Well,
we recently met and we found out that he's Jewish. His mother was Jewish and his grandmother was Jewish. So, Mr. Mayor, we might find out very soon that you're Jewish. Don't hang out with me. So, welcome to our community. So, congratulations. Why do you have to waste a few weeks on becoming the mayor of New York City? We hope you come back. We believe you will, and you bring along. Eric is going to show you the directions how to get here. Almost here every week. If you're not here as Brad, David, everybody. So thank you for coming. It's an honor.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
yeah, here he is at the synagogue. Here he is with Alex Soros, my nemesis. There he is wearing his yarmulke. Wearing a yarmulke again, shaking hand with a bunch of the local Chabad cult members. And he's with some furries. Oh, and here he is with this Kabbalah string, just like Tucker Carlson. Yeah, what a surprise. What a surprise. So he's basically in bed with all the Jew guys, and now he's the mayor. And don't forget, too, who started communism? Karl Marx. And, anyone want to guess? Drum roll, please. Joe. Finally, New York City has a man of the people. Be honest. I love both immigrants and Americans, and I'm a Muslim. Be honest. The Zionists planted me to create chaos because they're losing support worldwide and need to regain sympathy to their cause. Thank you. Oh, and anyone want to guess, not only is he like best friends with all the Jews, drum roll, please. He's an actor. People are just finding out Zoran Mandani was in a Disney movie 9 years ago. Of course he was. They all are. This is all a grand illusion of slavery. Do you get it yet? I think, because up until like the last Trump thing, a lot of people didn't seem to get it again. They're like, Trump's going to get in, RFK Jr.'s going to get in, they're going to put kill. No, I told you. I told us so.
I told us so. I told us so.
But that's okay. That's okay. If you get it now, great, okay? But a lot of people still don't fully get it. This is a non-human entity that has taken over the earth and created a matrix of slavery. And all these governments and the mainstream media and all these things, they're all arms of that. And it's all an illusion. There's nothing good about it. Any libertarian will tell you all the facts about demoncracy and why it's not good, why it's evil, because it uses force and violence and theft. But it's actually far bigger than that. It's a non-human entity that is trying to destroy humanity. And this is how they do it. And I don't know if you noticed, they're doing a pretty good job. Not with me, not with some people, but with a lot of people. So Mandani's this Muslim guy who's basically in bed with the Jews, of course. And you have to also notice the irony of it all, that supposedly 9/11 was done by Muslims in a cave in Afghanistan, which is obviously not true, but a lot of NPCs still think that's the case. And then like 25 years later, New York City has a Muslim mayor who's actually in bed with the Jews, the ones who did 9/11. Do you get it yet? Do you get it? Not all Jews.
Not all, but many.
I don't even care. No one's watching this. I know no one's watching this. Is anyone there? Is anyone? Yeah, there's no one there. I don't know. I just waste my time. Although not completely, because I'm having a great walk. Oh man, I had such a great workout today. I spent 5 hours at my spa. I was on the treadmill, also doing wind sprints on the treadmill. Did leg workout today in the gym. Then I went and did a massage chair with the brain tap, reprogrammed my mind while getting a massage. Then I did the Tesla machine for about 20 minutes, got myself all charged up, repaired all the muscles that I had just worked out, so it's almost like steroids in that way. Then I went in the steam room, did the fascia blaster, which is awesome. Actually, a lot of your traumas are actually stored in your fascia. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people get like some sort of massage, like actually they go deep onto some things. They'll be like, all of a sudden I started crying. It's like, yeah, that's where your traumas are. They're in your physical body. No one knows that. Anyway, if you come to Anarchapulco, you'll figure all this stuff out. Everyone knows this stuff who goes there. But then after the steam room, I went into the sauna, sweated out for a while. I also did, what do you call that? The brush. I forget the term for it, but you get your lymphatic fluid moving by using this like brush all over your body and moving it all up towards your to your body, like from your feet and from your arms and all that. Then I went into plasma bath, and that was so awesome. I was meditating in there, getting all these downloads. Then I went in the hyperbaric chamber and fell asleep in the hyperbaric chamber. It was so awesome. It was basically meditating, but I meditated with the sort of idea that I kind of wouldn't mind falling asleep as I meditate. And that's what happened. After about, I don't know, 20 minutes, fell asleep for like an hour in the hyperbaric, woke up and felt, you can't even, there's no words. There's no words. After all that stuff, the plasma bath, the sauna, the steamer, and the exercise, get the serotonin, pump it all into you, and then push it all in the hyperbaric. There's no words for how you feel after that. The closest I could say is like kind of like light ecstasy. It's not like strong ecstasy with like the speed and stuff where I would hear music and I'll start like bumping. But if anyone talks to me, as soon as I come out of the hyperbaric chamber, it's like, Jeff, how you doing? I'd be like this. So good. So good. Like you can barely talk. It's just like, feels so good. Anyway. That stuff doesn't cost that much either, by the way. A lot of people waste their money on all kinds of stuff. If you just spent your money on that. But anyway, get back to Mandani or whatever his name is. So he's communist. And so this is going to get really interesting. He's already come out and said that he's going to start taking away people's buildings and like giving it back to the people. You know, communism, right?
Starting on day one, we will expand the city's special enforcement programs, doubling fines for hazardous violations and tripling them for conditions that are immediately dangerous. And when a really bad landlord, like this guy, refuses to fix it, the city's going to step in, make the repairs, and send them the bill. If that doesn't work, the city's taking over the building. We're putting the worst landlords out of business.
So this is his plan. He's going to take away the building if the landlord can't afford to make renovations. The city will step in and do it, but then they'll take away the building if the landlord can't afford it. But at the same time, he's doing rent freezes. He's going to freeze rent so landlords can't raise rent. So how are they supposed to pay for it? Like if there's a major problem with the apartment complex, how are they supposed to pay for it? And if they can't afford it, and the only way that they can is to raise rent. But no, he froze the rent. You know, materials are going up, labor is going up. What's going to happen? They'll pay for it, the city. But then, no, if you can't pay me back, I'm going to take away the building. This is a slow, over time, slow transition into government housing. And what does that sound like if the government's going to be owning all these buildings? Communism.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. And so he won, and then he had his little party, and he invited a bunch of the people who all worked for him to get him in, like all those gay guys and stuff, who would get out and vote, get out, vote. So they all come, and they had been working for him, probably for free. And they were shocked to find out that they had to pay for stuff at his party. I arrived thinking everything would be free, only to be charged $13 for a Bud Light. I was shocked after all the hard work I put in. One progressive campaign worker said, yeah, this is going to be fun. And all the people who are excited about this are the same, like, no kings kind of people. I want to shrink the size of government, which is a total lie, and he totally hasn't. He's been increasing it more than any other president in history. But a lot of people were like, no kings. Then the commie guy who's in bed with the Jews, government should be involved in every part of your life. Yes, Daddy. It's incredible. It's so interesting to watch all this stuff. This controlled demolition is going to be so fun to watch. I wrote a whole book about it. It was like a best-selling book. I don't know how. I guess maybe some people do watch these videos. Because it was literally, it was like one of the best-selling books on the day it was released. I don't know how. No idea. But then they squashed it. They probably had their AI read through it, and they're like, oh, we can't allow this. And then it just went all the way down after that. But, yeah. If you want to read about how this all been done over the last 100 years, Charlie Robinson and I wrote all about it. Meanwhile, in Canada, as I was pointing out, they're like killing everything up there. And the average Canadian's like fine with it. The Canadian government, I can't believe this. This is the third time I said this, I can't believe it. They said they're going to kill half the people in the country in the next few years. No headlines, no big videos, no protests. Hey, don't kill us. Nothing. They're too fluoridated. They're too under the chemtrails, the aluminum, the mind control for the television programming. It's crazy. It's so easy to genocide everyone. And I've said in the past, like, when I see humans getting killed or animals, a lot of the times I feel more for the animals, unless it's human children. Then that's the worst for me. Children is the worst thing to see, and seeing everything they're doing in Gaza is the sickest thing I've ever seen. It's like about 500,000 kids under 5 years old have been tortured, killed, raped at this point. But then when I see adults, it's like, well, they're adults. They should be smarter than that, right? But when I see animals, that also is like human kids. It's like, oh, it's so sad. And now Canada, the government, and they've been trying to do this for years. There's an ostrich farm in Canada. And the government's like, well, we did a PCR test, they got the bird flu. They're all fine. They've been fine for years. But they finally went in like yesterday with like a sniper. Put them all in a pen, and the sniper just picked them off. Some of them, their heads blew off. It's so sick and sad. And what's your average Canadian doing about it? Well, I'm gonna write a post online about how I didn't like it. Yeah, well, you're gonna get a lower social credit score now. Do you not see what's happening yet? Like, people just don't get it. I think most people are like low testosterone. That's one thing I've been working on a lot, is all the ways you can increase your testosterone. Obviously high, oh, I didn't even mention the cold plunge pool I did. So I did the cold plunge after the sauna. I forgot that part. And that boosts your testosterone. And then I also, on the treadmill, do sprints. That boosts your testosterone. I also try to do deadlifts every day. And today I did squats. So, and this is just something I just started doing, by the way, in the last month or so. But I'm already starting to see it. I actually was walking by the mirror today naked after I got out of the sauna. I looked over and I was like, I've never looked this good my entire life. Not even close. And even with like the gray hair and everything, like I've never looked this good. My body is looking. I said I was going to look like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport probably in the next year or so. We're not at a year yet. I think I said that around like March last year. It's totally possible by March, so about a year later. That's how I'm going to look. I don't really even care. But that's just a reflection of how healthy I am. I'm like optimal on everything. I'm the blood flow champion of the world. I'm having too good of a time. Anyway, getting back to the ostriches, that's like so sad. I know what some people might say on a BitChute comment. It's like, oh, Jeff, you all sad about the ostriches? Do you eat chicken? It's like, yeah, but this is different, okay? Now, I get what you're saying, but it's a little different. The chickens, They're not like majestic, beautiful animals so much. They are beautiful. But like those ostriches, those are bigger than you. Their eyes and like, and I get it too. I've probably eaten ostrich in my life. I probably have. So who am I to talk? But I don't think they were planning on killing any of them. And that's where I see the sadness here, is the government comes in, says they have something that they don't, and then just murders them all. That's the sad part. And sadder than that is all the justifications they use is all the COVID stuff that people still haven't caught on to. They're like, well, the government started had the bird flu. I've seen so many Canadians saying that. Like, well, good. Got rid of a bit more bird flu today. It's like, there's no bird flu. There's no COVIDs. It's so sad. All this stuff is so sad. Good thing it's just a 3D video game. But yeah, that's basically what the government did. So the government said they're going to kill half the people in the country. Now they're killing all the animals. They're like, well, the animals have the disease. It's like, no, it's got any disease, okay? The disease is the government. And not only that, the people who control the government are the real virus in this world. But your average person, I said this was going to happen. I said if people can't figure out that there actually isn't viruses, that's a whole Rockefeller scam. That's been proven to be wrong. Then they'll just keep doing these things. And that's exactly what's happening. You're seeing a lot of people in Canada, they're like, well, I guess they had the bird flu. I think they did a PCR test. Oh, a PCR test from Kerry Mullins, who said that with the test, you can say anything has anything.
And with PCR, if you do it well, you can find almost anything in anybody.
And he died right before the COVIDs came out. That's how it all works. And people still don't get it, and they don't see these videos. I'm on BitChute. They don't know about plasma. They don't know anything. They think the whole medical system's actually like there to help them and save them. Well, they're all getting sicker, fatter, dying younger, getting blood clots, heart attacks. It's all from the system because it's all run by a multidimensional entity that's trying to kill you. Which I don't even care, because it doesn't work with me. It wouldn't work with you either if you do all the stuff I'm talking about. Anyway, should just mention, yeah, so they killed all those ostriches because they said they had the bird flu.
So today we're going to go on the PCR test rabbit hole, and this is the Rockefellers who have owned the medical system since 1910. So anytime you walk in that door, you're just paying John D. Rockefeller. But they have this machine called the PCR test where they crank it up to get a yes anytime they want. They can use it to fake pandemics. Remember the whole swabs and torture up the nose? PCR test. Next, they can use it to convict people for a crime that they didn't do. When they do forensics, PCR test. Next, when they want to sue small farmers saying that the GMOs fell into their land, PCR test as well. Gene testing, saying that you came from some place and whatever it may be, PCR test. Rockefeller cancer testing to push chemo. 1,000 different diseases can be using a PCR test to tell you that you have an illness that you don't. Then you get into the paternity tests. You are not the father, because they just crank that one up. mRNA, saying that mRNA is real, PCR tests. All they're doing is taking vaccines with heavy metals, putting them into people to poison them. Same when they're culling off all the animals, they use a PCR test to say you got the bird flu and kill all your chickens. Do you see how this thing is to control and manipulate the people? It's interesting because the PCR test also got a Nobel Prize. And when I said the Rockefellers own the medical system, they also own the educational, agriculture, EV, gas technology, dentists, veterinarians, doctors, since 1910. It's been going on for a long time of lies and deceit to the people. And one of the most powerful books you'll ever read about the lies and deceit and the monopoly of the medical system is Murder by Injection by Eustace Mullins. This one will blow your mind. Every single little thing that you see under the medical system, it's all an umbrella. John D. Rockefeller.
Oh, Canada. They're just killing half the people in the country. They're killing all the animals. But when it comes to pedophiles, no problem whatsoever. No jail time for BC man with relatively modest child porn collection, judge rules. Yeah, any sort of pedophile stuff in Canada, they're just letting them all off now. Too bad Canada didn't go after pedophiles as hard as they did for ostriches. No chance of that. Anyway, we've seen the U.S. stock markets have been going down a lot lately. Crypto's been going down a lot, except for basically one coin. Anyone want to guess which coin ZCash, which allow me to get into ZCash for a second. First of all, it went up a lot in the last couple of days, although it started to crash since. After BlackRock, Fidelity, and ARK bought $284 million worth of ZCash. Oh, ZCash, developed in Israel, developed by the CIA.
No. Wait.
Hey, you know, I've been talking about privacy coins for a while, and I've always said Monero's like the top dog, and then for something that's even better privacy, Pirate Chain. Those have been the two I've mostly talked about over the years. Never talked about ZCash because it's barely private. It's not really. I'll get into that even in a second. It's a CIA and Israel project. It's in bed with all the governments. You know, privacy coin. Like the whole point of the privacy coin is the governments can't see it. But ZCash actually allows all governments to see anything they want. And here's one of the founders of it. At the bottom of it, he says, "We often meet with various agencies, both formally and informally. We've met with the White House. We often have off-the-record conversations with staffers and politicians on the Hill. We've worked hard to keep the doors open to ZCash and kill things that pose a threat, like Trade Ogre, Monero, Pirate Chain, and yes, they have." And ZCash is like all satanic as well. Its block time is the same as the supposed tilt of Saturn. A lot of it was created under the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Project, DARPA. And they've hidden the ZCash in all their mainstream media propaganda, like in the movie Ozark, which was a movie, by the way, about laundering $500 million. And now ZCash is at $500 and $1 billion market cap. Of course, there's Zelle. It also had the hidden ZCash in it. Oh, and not to mention, ZCash is literally headquartered 5 minutes away from the CIA in Langley, Virginia. Does that sound legit to you? Sound like it's a privacy coin from the market in response to the governments and central banks and Palantir and all that? Well, if so, you're under heavy fluoride contamination. Because if you actually do anything that actually is a true privacy cryptocurrency, or even try to trade it, like with Trade Ogre, which was based in Canada, run by an American, and the Canadian government took it out and killed the guy who owned it just a few months ago. And that was a privacy coin exchange. They will go after you. Like the Monero, one of the founders was hunted down, interrogated, and arrested by feds and Interpol. Tornado Cash, which was like a mixer which had privacy, the founders were imprisoned. Of course, Ross Ulbricht of Silk Road was imprisoned for more than a decade. Samurai Wallet, which had some privacy, the founders were imprisoned. Yet the ZCash founders are untouched and roaming free. Not to mention, XMR is actually used for crime and by criminals. And by the way, that doesn't mean it's anything bad. It might mean they're trading plants and stuff. Whereas ZCash is never used for crime or by any hacker. It's not used on any dark net market. It's not used by anyone anywhere. Whereas Monero is used in all those things. And John McAfee actually talked all about that. And what did they do? They kidnapped him, put him in a cage in Spain, and killed him because he was saying stuff like this.
Of those, Monero is the one that needs to be watched the closest. And here is why. The dark web is where Bitcoin first got its use. If you wanted to hire a hitman to buy illegal drugs, to get a live tiger from the jungles of Asia, you would pay in Bitcoins, all right? Mm-hmm. Now it's 100% Monero. Why? Because Bitcoin can be unwound. With enough computing power and enough will, like if the FBI wanted to, they could find out who a person was in the specific transaction.
That's right. Go back to the blockchain. They could go all the way back to when you first got into the system. Yeah.
Yes. But with Monero, it is impossible. Utterly impossible. It is completely anonymous and completely private. So that is why in the dark web, everybody's using Monero. But what I have discovered is what starts in the dark web in terms of cryptocurrencies leaks out into the world of light, the world of above board business. Because all people, I believe, all people would like to have anonymity and privacy in terms of their financial transactions.
So take note of all these people online, all these crypto Twitter people. start blocking them or like mentally flagging them. Anyone promoting ZCash is basically like a agent or a bot. It's not anyone who's into privacy coins, because it's not a privacy coin. And not to mention, like, you can't make this stuff up. Here's the daughter of one of the founders of ZCash.
Privacy allows people to think freely. There's the space inside your head where you can basically think whatever you want and be fairly confident that no one is reading your mind, that you can reason about the world and reason about what should happen in the world. But then, once you've done that, once you come to some conclusions, you need to discuss them with your friends, because maybe you're wrong. Maybe they'll have a viewpoint that you haven't considered. And when you do that, how can you have the same confidence that that discussion won't be used against you if you can't do it privately?
Yeah, and if you try to upload or like deposit or withdraw from any centralized exchange almost on earth, ZCash, they won't allow you to do it if it's private. So you have to turn off the privacy when you're depositing, withdrawing, which makes it not private. But it goes even more than that. Binance just made it clear, if your ZCash has ever touched the shielded pool, it's no longer welcome. They'll only accept coins that stayed fully transparent, where every transaction and sender can be traced by the KYC AML systems. In other words, privacy coins are fine as long as they're not private. Your ZCash must behave like Bitcoin with a glass wallet. The moment it's shielded, it's tainted. Translation, Binance isn't rejecting your ZCash, they're rejecting your right to financial privacy. Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is like a CIA, Israel operation to try to act like it's a privacy coin, because a lot of people in the world are starting to wake up. They're like, if I don't get privacy coins, I'm basically going to lose my wealth. They're going to seize it. They're going to freeze it. They're going to put me in jail for anything. So they're doing this huge promotion, spending, I don't know, it's got to be hundreds of millions or billions of dollars. It's everywhere. It's all I see on X is ZCash. It's ZCash going to $50,000. I don't know where it's going, but it is a trap. It is to take your attention away and make people think they've got a privacy coin when they don't. When the real privacy coins haven't moved all that much. They've moved. Monero's doing okay. Pirate Chain's up about 300 to 400% last 6 months, which is okay. But ZCash is up like 1,000% last month. So they're promoting that. But, you know, anywhere you see people promoting ZCash, just get in there and post Monero and Pirate Chain memes and hopefully try to wake some people up. And if you're not doing that, if you're not into like things like the privacy coins, or if you're not doing things to try to slow down the system or attack the system, then you're actually kind of part of the problem. Some of you are sitting at tables you were sent to flip. And meanwhile, one thing I haven't even brought up for the last month, and it's been over a month now, is the US government shut down. Why haven't I brought it up? Because it hasn't shut down. If it really shut down, it'd be a huge party. It'd be way bigger than my son's 3rd birthday party. If the US government actually shut down for good, the whole world would rejoice. So it hasn't shut down at all. In fact, the debt just keeps piling up, you know, under Trump with his Doge and Elon Musk with the chainsaw. Remember that?
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
But what they are doing is shutting down certain things just for fun, I think. Like they're making travel hell, which, you know, as a libertarian, why is the government involved in any way with travel? But of course in the US, it's like fascio-communist. It's like so unfree. So the government's involved in absolutely everything. They regulate everything. They've got their government goons there strip searching you, trying to irradiate you and kill you with the TSA and all that kind of stuff. And so they're now trying to make it so like even the airlines stop flying because they say, well, the government shut down. We're going to have to stop a lot of these flights, which is another agenda. They do want everyone to stop flying, except for the private jets, of course. And they've kind of begun that now.
Right now, our approach is a day by day, the day before, we will cancel a flight as long as the government requires us to. Right now, the FAA is asking every airline a 10% reduction in flights to the top 40 markets in the United States. For Delta on a weekday, for all my stat fans, that's roughly 540 flights a day if we have to. It is entirely up to the FAA at this point of when and how many flights they will tell us to cancel. But right now, they're shooting for a 10% reduction in operations on a daily basis. That starts effective tomorrow morning. Certainly, this is all a big inconvenience. We're doing the best we can. We don't have any control over it. Here at Delta, we're kind of rolling with what the government tells us we can and can't do right now until Congress comes back to Washington and votes to reopen and fund the government.
I'm so excited about Anarchapulco. We don't have the video for it done yet, but by my next video, it should 100% almost be done. It is so good. And all the stuff we got planned for it is off the charts. You'll see. As soon as like next week, we're going to start talking about it. We're going to be announcing a lot of the bigger speakers. We're going to be putting out the video for it, which is like next level. It's the best video ever for Anarchapulco. Going to be announcing all the plant ceremonies. We haven't announced those yet. Probably ayahuasca, DMT, Bufo. And Christoph Melchizedek is for sure doing an iboga ceremony the week after, starting on Tuesday. So Anarchapulco is February 15th to the 20th. The Dollar Vigilante Summit's February 21st. The Crypto Vigilante Summit's February 22nd. If you're into crypto, come to Anarchapulco. You should definitely get in on that. We talk a lot about the privacy coins. So I guess Monday will be February 24th. So on February 25th is Tuesday. Christoph's going to be doing a 4-day iboga ceremony. Now that's 2 days of iboga, which is insane. And 2 days to recuperate because it's the most wildest thing on earth. It will snap you out of the matrix real fast. I should mention there's a max of 12 people allowed and they haven't even opened it up yet. So if you do want to do it and you do see they put it live, you should sign up as quickly as possible. And you're going to have to pass like an interview and stuff. They make sure that you're the right sort of person for the iboga. But anyway, it's just going to be like 12 people. So I was actually sitting there just like a day or two ago. And I was like, wow, it's been years since we've been doing it in Anarchapulco. And they haven't done something just like 2 months before to try to destroy it. Like they had Hurricane Otis, Cat 5 out of the blue 2 years ago at the end of October, which gave us like 3 months after a Cat 5 to do the event, and we did. And then last year, they hit us with a double Cat 3s. They sent in a surprise Cat 3, sent it out to the ocean, and then put it back in again. All of Acapulco was underwater. And that was in November of last year. So we're like, are we going to be able to do the event? And we're like, well, we survived a Cat 5. We can do a Cat 3. And so this year I was like, whoa, I guess that energy is shifting like Christoph said, because they haven't hit us with a major attack yet. And then I see this. Air travel crisis between Mexico and the United States. Trump suspends flights by Aeromexico, Volaris, and Viva Aerobus. So I see that, I'm like, here we go. That's one way they're going to try to do it. Now, I should say, all the flights they've canceled so far, none of them go to Puerto Vallarta, which is where the event is. Actually, almost all the flights go to Mexico City's new airport, which is called Felipe Angeles. And one goes to the main Mexico City airport, and one goes to Juarez, of all places. So those are the canceled flights. So none of them affect Anarchapulco yet. Would I be surprised if they try to cancel all the flights to Puerto Vallarta? Not at all. So be aware that that is possible. Be aware that's part of coming to Anarchapulco. You're basically going to have to, like, this is a 3D video game. This is your game. If you get the sense, it's like, I should be there. There's something for me there. You might have to like find ways to get there. The system, the mimic, sort of the satanic mirror system here in the Matrix will do almost anything to stop you, especially if you're going to come to do a iboga or ayahuasca or DMT or something. It'll try to do everything to stop you. So just be aware of that. And that, you know, if that happens, you're going to have to find your way around. Like I would suggest flying to San Diego and then walking across. That's actually awesome, the little walk across border. There's no one even there. It's hilarious. And then from Tijuana to Puerto Vallarta, there's a direct flight. So, but anyway, none of those flights are canceled yet. But we'll see, because it is coming up. February 15th to 20th, Anarchapulco 2026, Genesis. And it's Genesis, by the way, because it's like a rebirth of Anarchapulco. It's a whole brand new thing now. We're changing everything. It's all like actually way, way better. It's gonna, people won't believe how good this one is. And in many ways, many of the people coming will be having their own rebirths at it, especially if they're going to do a boga or stuff like that. But there's going to be so many things like that, or you'll just get be around the kind of people doing all this stuff, and you might have your own rebirth at the event. And that's what it's all about. The old system's crumbling and crashing, and it's going to be dying, and we're already building the new ones, and we're already creating the new world. And we've announced some of the speakers, but there's a whole bunch of big ones we haven't even announced yet. Of course, myself. We're going to have Gareth Ike. We're also going to have David Icke, but he's going to be coming in virtually. Curtis Stone, the urban farmer. Jason Christoff, I'm excited about that. He's got done a lot of great work. Of course, Charlie Robinson. Christoph Melchizedek, of course. Miranda Webb. Johnny Dupre, who's like, he is basically my hypnotherapist. He's basically the best hypnotherapist on earth. He's going to be there too, by the way, doing all kinds of stuff. A lot of these people are also going to be doing like private sessions. Like Christoph's going to do private sessions like he did for me last year in Anarchapulco, where I was screaming at the top of my lungs as he let go of some past karma event or something. He did the same for my wife, same for my daughter. We all changed dramatically after that. Johnny will also be probably doing like workshops, private sessions with people. Raphael Laverde, of course, with the Crypto Vigilante. Max Egan, of course, will be there. Now, I don't know what the total amount we can hold at the event. It's going to be at the Puerto Vallarta Convention Center, just so you know, and that's right by the airport. So if you fly in to Puerto Vallarta Airport, within 10 minutes, you'll be at the event. I don't know how many they can hold. So, like, this might sell out. The tickets have been selling actually better than they have in years for this event. I think a lot of people are already getting the sense this is going to be amazing. So you might want to get your tickets sooner rather than later. Just go to anarchapulco.com. And, you know, you'll probably see the whole world quite differently after being around all these kind of people. Christoph Melchizedek, Max Egan, myself, Johnny Dupre, doing ayahuasca if you want, DMT, Iboga. You can actually have your own genesis, your own rebirth at the event. And that'd be pretty incredible when you think about it. And you can end up basically seeing the whole world from a different consciousness level, which is something that I think a lot of people who don't understand, and they've never reached that level, obviously, they can't understand it. It's like, when I try to explain to people, they're like, how do you know a lot of this stuff? I'm on a different consciousness level now. I float in a plasma bath and I get downloads. And I can see all this stuff. But they can't see it because they haven't done the work. So it's like a person who can see color trying to describe to someone who's colorblind colors. Like, try doing that, right? Colorblind person, hey, what's red? It's red. Yeah, but what is it? How do you even, you can't do it with words. And that's the same stuff with all the stuff that I get now. You can't even enunciate it. There's no words. But you all of a sudden can see things that no one else can see when you're doing all this work. And this is what a lot of the people who come to Anarchapulco are all doing. So you're going to be around like this next level type people. And don't be shy if you haven't done a lot of the work. You know, obviously we welcome people who are just new to the path and stuff like that. But you can start to see a lot of this stuff from a whole different consciousness level. Like, one way I can explain it to you is this. I'm going to put an image up on screen. Now, I'll put it up right now. So most of you are probably like, well, that's some girls and some trees and cars in the background. Okay, close your eyes and open them really just a little tiny bit and look at it now. Those girls are gone, right? And now it looks like a Jesus figure, right? Well, here's another trick. That's not Jesus. That's a huge worldwide marketing campaign that they've done. But my point is that when you do this work, you see things other people can't see. And it's stuff like that. Like, it's not exactly like that, but that's one way I can try to explain it to people who haven't done the work yet. Like, even with my wife for many years, because she's been way advanced than me on much of this stuff. She's like, don't you sense it? Don't you see it here? And I'd just be like, no, I just see like trees and houses and stuff. And she'd be like, you don't see the energy? And I'd be like, no. Now I can more. Not as much as her still. But like when I was talking to her, I was like, whoa, like either she's crazy or she can see things I can't. But now I know she's not crazy because I can see a lot of those things myself now. So if you can't, come to Anarchapulco. You probably need to do this stuff to survive what's coming. Just FYI. But if you can't make it, at least, you know, take care of yourself a little bit. Like if you're going to watch the collapse of civilization, just watch your posture. You know, don't be all hunched over. Straight up, get that blood flowing. Maybe go for a walk in the morning. I'm having too much fun. I think we'll leave it there. I'm going to go to my son's 3rd birthday party. I can't believe it. Seems like just yesterday I was walking around with that stroller, and all I'd see is these 2 eyes looking up at me and big cheeks. And basically the expression of like, where the heck am I? My baby's like pointing, and he's like, yeah, there's his hat. Thanks for letting me know. All right, let's go get the hat. And now he's 3 years old. Let's go find him.